What's up, guys and girls? Welcome back to another video. I just want to say, y'all need to be so careful right now. Everything in the current world, just economically, is in a very fragile state. We've just seen some of the lowest drops, I think, for crypto we've seen in a while. The S&P dropped like 3 to 4%, which is pretty serious for a single day and could drop further. We don't know for sure, but these sorts of economic impacts can definitely affect the Pokemon market, and I think people need to be aware of what can happen, especially because this isn't the safest asset. This is a pretty risky asset. So if you're investing into this sort of stuff, just be careful, be wary of what you're investing into. Now let's hop into it, and I'm just going to break down what we're talking about today with the current state of the economy and where we could be in Pokemon cards in the future. So sit back, relax, let's hop right in. And if you are enjoying the video, if you could like and subscribe, helps me out a ton. I know this is going to be a little bit more straightforward, somber video because we're going to be talking about potential crashes or where Pokemon cards could be. But if you do enjoy the videos, it helps me out a ton to subscribe. I think 90% of people are not subscribed. So if you could hit that subscribe button, helps me out. Let's dive right in. Now, if you haven't seen the actual real world news or anything like that, today in the past 24 hours, crypto has taken a huge hit, and S&P 500 has also taken a pretty drastic hit just in closing times. A lot of stuff is in the red today. It's a pretty drastic day overall, and these sorts of events can definitely affect Pokemon cards. I don't like to delve into the real world stuff because we are just I'm a Pokemon channel. I'm just gonna talk about Pokemon stuff, but these sorts of things can affect collectibles and Pokemon cards because a lot of people, as much as they don't want to admit it, I've talked about in previous videos, a lot of crypto people are into Pokemon cards, at least trying to make them investments and hyping and pumping them up. If crypto has taken the hit, which we've seen it take, I think Bitcoin's down like 10% or somewhere around there. It's like 5 to 10%, somewhere in that range. But it has taken a serious hit, and I know personally, I opened up some of my crypto. I don't have a whole lot, but some of my crypto stuff was down like 33%. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is pretty serious stuff. Destin Rivals is not bouncing back, I think, nearly as fast as people thought it might, which is normal. It's a still in print set. These sorts of things can affect it, and we're seeing it affect Pokemon cards. Destin Rivals isn't going up as fast. Prismatic's kind of going stagnant. A lot of other sets are also going stagnant. And I think we're really going to start seeing a serious cool off for the next couple months on either things just dropping in price or going completely stagnant and not seeing this astronomical rise that just seemingly been in the Pokemon market for the past couple months. And now you might be asking, why does crypto people affect Pokemon markets? And that has to do with the fact that a lot of crypto people have ill-gotten gains, whether that's scamming, NFTs, or just making a lot of money. They want to lock up some of these profits, right? And a lot of them don't necessarily want to report that they made the money to, say, the IRS. As much as people don't want to admit it, they want to skirt tax laws and keep their money. So a lot of times people in crypto will take cryptocurrency, convert it to Bitcoin, Ethereum, or whatever like that, and then send it off to a shop. The shop accepts the crypto. Both parties are happy. The crypto people get $20,000 booster boxes of Evolving Skies, and the people who sold the Evolving Skies get $20,000 worth of crypto, which can go up or down. It's more volatile, but they don't have to worry about chargebacks or anything like that on such an expensive item, which is reassuring for both parties, which is why crypto actually does pretty well in the Pokemon space. A lot of shops like to actually take it because they can sell it instantly. They can convert that into fiat currencies and all sorts of stuff like that. But they enjoy this, and that's why crypto is such an important aspect of this current Pokemon bubble, and the fact that it's a major factor in propping up the current market that we're in, where everything's speculating super high and everything's going to go up forever. Nothing can ever go down. It's going to be Evolving Skies 2.0. Destin Rivals will never go back down. And the important thing is a lot of this stuff will go back down. Stuff cannot stay up forever. And now I'm saying, is this the crash? Is this the time where everything is going to go down? I don't know. I really don't. I'm just kind of talking right now. I don't have a set kind of script or anything like that like I normally do for some videos where I'll make kind of a set list. But I'm just talking about in general of where things can go. And if things take a downturn, I promise you, Pokemon cards are one of the last things people will be caring about if the overall world macroeconomic situations change. I promise you, when things get tough, people care more about food and job security and things like that, rather than investing into a speculative frenzy that is Pokemon cards. That's ultimately what it is. And I think people don't want to admit that because they think the line will go up forever. But I promise you, it will not. It will eventually hit a peak. A peak is coming. Now, whether you think the crash will be 10%, 20%, 50%, maybe you think things will go back to 90% off. Like booster boxes will be $80 a box again. You know, whatever you think will happen, something will eventually happen. The line cannot go up continuously. Whether it's just it goes straight or it goes down, it will not go up, which is what I think a lot of people are going to need to realize and not over leverage themselves in this current situation. Because if you are maxed out on credit cards and are going crazy just buying any Pokemon product you can find, and you're like trying to scalp it or resell it or flip it or do all sorts of stuff, and you don't actually have that money, it's all in credit or debit, or it's like it's not your money, basically is what I'm saying. Debit was a bad option, but it's credit, it's a loan, or whatever the option is. This is how we get into problems where like 2022 and late 21, early 22, and mid 20, where you start to see these crashes. Which it's funny that the Pokemon market crashed in that exact same time, because that's when the crypto market also crashed. I don't know if anyone is in crypto, but somebody who was into crypto at that time, or at least like making some money here or there and was getting into it, Ethereum and all those sorts of Bitcoin and everything like that crashed pretty drastically at that time. Like Ethereum went back down to like 1,500 like a single coin. I think Bitcoin dropped down to like, I want to say like 4. Maybe I might be way wrong. I don't follow Bitcoin as much as some of the other ones, but like they did drop, and it just so corresponded to that. Pokemon cards also lost a ton of interest from the pandemic and like that hype fueled bubble and everything like that. Also, along with crypto. So cryptocurrency is dropping really drastically, and having a huge fall off is going to affect Pokemon cards more than people want to admit. And I think we're going to start seeing a sell off of panic from people realizing, wait, this isn't going up. I have a bill for my credit card due in 27 days, and it is 27% interest. I can't afford to hold this for the next 27 days. Like, I need it off the books. Like, it needs to go. It needs to be sold. It needs to be out of my house, and I need the money at least back for, a little bit of profit. I won't take as much profit. I won't try and ask for half of or double what I made. I spent 160 on a booster box. All right, we'll sell it for 220. Like, they need that money back, and they're gonna do anything they can to try and get that back. So people are gonna start undercutting each other on TCG Player, on eBay's, Facebook Marketplace. You're gonna start seeing a lot of product, I think, come to light on Facebook Marketplace in your local areas from people that were hoarding it. And you're like, who are these people? And you're gonna be like, oh, that was the dude that was clearing out Walmart every single week. You're gonna associate with that person and buy their stuff. I'm guessing. Now, if you're an investor, this could be a good time to start buying in. When things go down and stagnant, that's when you want to be accumulating a position. Not right now when everything's reaching peak highs and everything like that. It's when these things drop and go stagnant. When people aren't talking about something, that's when you know you're making a good investment. Or at least, partially. I'm not saying Pokemon's a good investment or anything like that. You do what you need to do with your investment advice. But overall, this is kind of the time when you want to be accumulating in the future, when this sort of hypothetical crash happens. And Pokemon could be going back down. We could very well see, booster boxes back in, I'm not saying they go back to 80, I think that might be extreme, but I could very easily see booster boxes being under MSRP at like $120 to $140 for new sets. I'm going to be honest, Mega Evolutions is not that good of a set. It is so mid. It is like not even that great, I'm going to be honest. It's so whatever. I don't think it's all that hype. Phantasmal has been revealed that it's not all that great. Now, the sets after that, Legendary Dreams is kind of whatever, but, there's like a Greninja set potentially in there. I think the Alpha Sapphire or Shining Sapphire, like the Gen 3 set that's supposed to come out. Obviously, Celebrations, but like people look back and like, oh, it's going to last till the anniversary. The previous hype didn't last till the anniversary. Like, the anniversary came out and that stuff looked like nobody wanted it. Everyone opened it and was like, oh, it's cool. Yeah, that's it. Like, nobody really wanted it. And I think people are not realizing this, and I think are going to be really burned. And when people are burned, that's how we get a market reset, and people will hop out of here that are only in it for the quick money and not so much collecting. They're literally just here to flip, scalp. When scalpers get burned, that's when they finally leave. That's why they left shoes. Shoes are no longer profitable. You can't bought a shoe drop and then flip it for double your money, because there's nobody in shoes buying them, so the scalpers left. And I think, honestly, shoes are kind of, I don't really collect shoes or whatever, but I'm assuming if you're an investor in shoes are probably the best time to be buying right now, because nobody's talking about them and buying them and scalping them and everything like that. So you just need to be careful, guys. Like, I promise you, this was a super rambly video. I just went live here and I just wanted to talk about this because I was seeing the charts today and everything's red. Be careful out there. Do not over leverage. If you have a bunch of debt, seriously look into maybe consolidating or at least getting some of the debt off the books. At least make yourself your position if you're investing. Like, get your original gains back. Like, if you want to play with house money after that, I say go all for it. But just and make sure you're not playing with debt or credit or anything like that. Like, be careful. Like, this stuff is not risk free. Like, a lot of people on Reddit seem to think that this stuff will just go up in a straight line forever. That's going to be it for me today. I appreciate all of y'all. If you liked the video, if you could like and subscribe, help me out a ton. Obviously, like I said, this wasn't as scripted. I didn't have as many like talking points written out for myself to like go over. But let me know what you guys think. Tell me what you guys think about the market in general, where you think things are going to go. Like I said, I'm weary. I'm still going to be buying stuff, but I'm a little bit more weary to just be going all in on stuff. So let me know what you guys think. I appreciate y'all. If you could like and subscribe, join the Discord. Links for the Discord is in the description. I would love to get to meet more of you. I think, we have up to like 55 people in the Discord. It's been super great to have everyone and talk to them. So I appreciate everyone. Take care. Have a good night.